All right, welcome back to ESA Summer Online. We're here raising money for Alzheimer's the Swedish Alzheimer's Foundation. Links to donate can be found just below the stream. We'd also like to thank Kaspersky, Twitch, and ViewSonic for sponsoring this event. Now, before we get started, I do want to make a call out here that there is less than half an hour remaining to get your bids in for the Pokemon Sword and Shield incentive that's coming up here, where you get to decide not only the Pokemon, but which runner is going to be running as well. And it looks like we've got a good, 12, 15 choices to choose from? Right now, Leighton is in the lead, which will be trained by Retro Tato. But you can influence this all over the place. If you go out to donations.esamarathon.com, you can see what is available, and you can get those donations in. So you've got about half an hour left because that's going to close 12 hours before that run. Anyway, without further ado, I give you Tridenttail and his amazing 100% Diddy Kong Racing run. Take it away.
Well, amazing is yet to be seen, but hopefully it goes well today. I'm Tridenttail. This is Diddy Kong Racing. We're going to be doing 100%, which basically is the adventure mode 100%. And I think we'll just get going here. So maybe do a 3-second countdown. So in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So what is this category? 100% in Diddy Kong Racing means that we'll be going through the adventure mode 100%, and that means we'll be collecting all 47 gold balloons. We will be collecting 5 gold trophies, completing the TT amulet, the Wizpig amulet, and I believe that's it. And then of course we're gonna defeat Wizpig in a showdown in the Future Funland stage. With me, helping me out on commentary is 2 very fantastic Diddy Kong Racing players. We got Sweener Dog and we got Mrs. Gizamaluk.
What's up?
Hello, everybody.
So I'm gonna kind of defer to them and have them guide you through this run, and I'm gonna try and not botch it.
Yeah, and we're going to try to explain as much stuff as we can. We're going to try to react to some stuff, but we're watching the stream to react, so maybe we are a bit slow. So yeah, here we go, 100%.
It's nice having multiple commentators on 100%, because even though this run is an hour and 45 long or more, it moves surprisingly fast, and there's a lot to talk about.
It's not really a straightforward racing game. There's a lot of stuff, and you will see more later on. The first thing we need to do is to collect all the overworld balloons. There are 4 of them, and then get to Dino Domain, the first world.
Overworld is always way harder than it looks.
Yep, it's really easy to just bonk and
reset.
Yeah, invisible walls and stuff like that.
Alright, so track number 1 is Jungle Falls. There's a lot of really minuscule routing that we do in this game to make sure we're saving the most time we possibly can. For instance, the doors that we go in the overworlds of each world, we will start on the farthest side that we can and end on the opposite end. And that gets pretty complicated later on in the run, but we'll talk about that when we get there.
And as you can see, it's going pretty fast. And so yeah, the first thing, collecting bananas. People usually ask about that. The bananas, they increase your top speed and your acceleration, but it caps at 10. And I think every banana increases the acceleration by 2.5%. It was recently seen. Yeah.
So generally speaking, we're trying to get up to 10 as fast as we can while also completing all 3 laps of the race. Adventure mode does have a couple of different collectibles we need to get, which we just saw Trident grab the key for the minigame in Dino Domain. And there's a key in each of the worlds. This is probably the easiest one to grab. The rest of them are in pretty interesting locations, but we'll see.
and it's at the end there you see that he pauses, and then he chooses the third alternative. I'm not sure how many of you can read Japanese, but it says return to lobby, and maybe you saw that was what happened. So in this game, the win for the race saves the frame after you win, but you can still pause when the last frame is on. So if you pause on the last frame of the race and you return to lobby, you'll get to the lobby without watching the cutscene where Taj gives you a balloon. And that cutscene is about 6 seconds long. And yeah, that means that a frame perfect trick saves 6 seconds every time. And there are 40 of them in this run. And some of them are actually saving you more time than 6 seconds, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah, cutscene skips are definitely one of the most complicated. They're really hard to master. Trident is one of the people that really has a great handle on it. And although we can just say that they're all frame perfect, this game has a very variable frame rate. So how easy it is to pause and unpause and try to buffer that final frame changes from track to track. So it's not the same thing every single time. Every track kind of behaves differently, so nailing it is really difficult.
Yep. And off to Hot Tub Volcano, a track that has a lot of important stuff in it, but we will see the more important stuff later on in the run. However, we're going to see some, like the first semi-crazy thing, I guess, where he grabs this balloon here, and he boosts underneath the wall, like through the lava and underneath the wall, and lands on the other side, so you can go out of bounds. And while out of bounds, he just tries to hit the important checkpoints that you need to hit to fool the game that you're actually going to the track as intended.
This is also the first time we're seeing plane in the racing setting. We did see it in Overworld for a little bit, but you'll notice that when we're in plane, anytime we're on any kind of straightaway, we are trying to barrel roll as much as we can. And that's because barrel rolls in this game actually act as a boost. Alright,
Yeah.
and looks like we got all 4 cutscene skips to start.
Stuff.
I'm so happy.
Good to go.
Coming up now is the first boss race. These are probably one of the most memorable things from Diddy Kong Racing. All these characters are so vivid. But we're going to do something really interesting in the Triceratops race here.
Maybe we'll just let them see what happens, and we'll try to explain it later after.
I like that idea.
So, as you can see, he's driving the wrong direction, which might look weird. Oh, come on. And it's not to give him a head start. Wait, it says you're going the wrong way.
What's happening?
And done. So most people are going to be like, oh, yeah, I see a lot of question marks already. So, Sweetener, do you want to try to explain a little bit?
I'll do my best. So basically the way the game works, obviously, to trigger the fact that you have completed a lap in any given race, we have a set of checkpoints, and we have to go through each of those checkpoints to finish a lap. And this race works the exact same way. However, it just so happens that behind the finish line, there are 2 of those checkpoints that are overlapping. And when you drive into those overlapping checkpoints, every frame of the game, it switches back and forth between which one you're currently in. And if we leave those on the correct frame, it's going to think we're much farther ahead in the race than we actually are, and it's going to allow us to finish the race way, way earlier. So essentially, we're tricking the game into thinking that we are at the finish line, when obviously we are not. The catch is, however, is that since it flips back and forth between the right frame and the wrong frame, every frame, it turns into a 50-50 chance. It's essentially a roll of the dice as to whether or not we get the right one. So while it allows us to finish the race really quickly, whether or not we're entirely successful, it's not up to us at all, and it's probably one of the most frustrating tricks in the game.
So if you see runs of this game in 100% or any percent, you'll see a lot of resets here because of the RNG. And Trident got a second try, which is pretty decent, but you lose about 8-9 seconds every time you don't get the right roll. And of course, yeah, Fire Mountain. It sucks that we were talking while that it was happening.
There's so much going on.
Yeah, there's so much. Yeah, and the thing is, the CPUs kind of react similarly when, depending on our own movement. So we have a route that makes it so that the CPUs move in a good way, so we can just collect egg after egg after egg and just place them in our nests without them catching the eggs. It's yeah.
So now we're onto the. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just saw that big jump.
Let's go. So now we're onto the silver coin races. Basically, every world in this game has you do 4 regular races, a boss race, and then the boss will tell you to go and collect all the coins and win the race at the same time. So for speedrunning, this is actually really interesting because the order in which we collect the coins is kind of up for debate as to what is going to be the fastest route you can possibly do. So on this particular race, we spent the first lap collecting our 10 bananas to make sure we were going as fast as possible. And we spent the second lap collecting all of the silver coins. That's not the case for every race, however. We're going to go to Ancient Lake next. And we're actually probably going to collect all the coins on the very first lap.
That's a goal, at least.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, got time for a quick donation?
Absolutely.
Sure.
All right, we've got $30 from Etiquette, who says "Go Yamper Go," and he put that towards choosing Yamper as the Pokemon. Being, let's see here, that's going to be done by Ranger Squid for the Pokemon Sword and Shield run that's coming up in about 12 hours. Now, keep in mind, everyone, you still have about 20 minutes left to get in on that. It's a pretty big lead right now for Retro Tato and Leeton, but anyone can snipe that and can influence what's going to go on in that run. So thank you so much. Back to you guys.
Sweet.
I'd also just like to add that we kind of have our own bidding war going on. TT gets a lot of love in Diddy Kong speedruns. We don't really see a lot of other characters in this game, so I figured, it'd be kind of cool to let you guys decide which character you want to see for the final boss race. So if you don't want to see me play as TT, that's totally fine, but you gotta pony up that cash to get your favorite character to face Wizpig. So.
And to let you know how that's going, currently Conker is winning that battle with $109.99. Second place is Pipsy with 75, and third is Drumstick with 60, with many more very close behind. So that could go any direction. How long do we have until you need that incentive?
That can run all the way up until the end. We can cut that off at the second last race.
Oh, excellent. So yeah, everybody's still got another good hour and 50 minutes left on that, huh?
Yeah, about an hour and a half,
40.
yeah.
Okay. Excellent. Well, yeah, get your bids in on that. That's a very close race. It can go any direction.
Hot Top Volcano is a really good example for silver coin routing. You can see we can't just go out of bounds right away. We actually have to get these coins first, because once we're out, we won't be able to get the coins. So we're actually going to spend lap 1 going all the way around the track and hopefully grabbing everything we need. And then on the second lap, we will go out of bounds.
Yeah, and it's actually the only out of bounds track where we grab all the coins on lap 1.
That's true. There's a couple other tracks we'll see in future worlds where we do get to go out of bounds. For the most part, getting to go out of bounds can be kind of a safe zone. There's a lot of these tricks that are pretty consistent, but doing it effectively is really, really hard. Trident is one of the great masters of the art of the out of bounds, so get to have that treat today. All 8 cutscene skips, let's go.
Nice. And now we need to pray for some good RNG. I'll do
Please
some...
not 6th try.
Put some crunch, less RNG in the chat. So, yeah. So this is basically a coin toss. Pipsy is actually the slowest character in the game. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, Pipsy is very slow.
The A-tapping works for every character in every vehicle, but it works differently in all involved vehicles. Ooh, first try! Look at this.
Go. This is great. Alright, so we are going to see a reset of the console here, and the reason we do that is for the same reason we do cutscene skips. The frame after we finish the race, the game saves that we've beaten this boss, and since the next thing we need to do is return to the overworld and go to a new world, it's actually faster to reset the game.
And the next race we're going to see is Car Challenge.
The best race?
The best race. It's
Some would say it's
yeah.
the easiest, but I mean, that still doesn't stop me from messing it up from time to time, so.
Exactly.
Everybody's favorite, Taj the Elephant, is going to challenge us to 3 races over the course of this run. 1 for each vehicle in the game. So first off here, we've got Car Challenge.
The most creative one.
Yeah, it's really creative. Very, very technical. Super, super risky. I mean, as you can see, like, wow, just drive in a circle.
Yep.
PB lost 4 seconds here, I'm not even lying.
Alright. And now he's going to switch vehicle to plane because he needs to fly into Snowflake Mountain, which is the next world.
Ooh.
How does he do
I
it?
heard. Yeah.
Oh, that was
Fast
a
loading zone.
Yeah, very nice. All right, so this next track, Frosty Village, fantastic track. Don't get me wrong, I love it.
It's a good track.
The cutscene skip here is
The beginning.
notoriously difficult.
Wow. The characters glitched into him and pushed him off.
This is a good chance to talk about how much AI can affect the game too.
Yeah, I mean, usually they're just obstacles when you lap them, but they can drop some stuff, you know, like spike balls and yeah, stuff like that. And also, as you saw there, when you bonk into them, they have really weird physics. Like he just got, you know, dragged backwards for some reason. But that does happen. And yeah. And
For the
one thing
most
that's also
part-
interesting is that like the characters, like the CPUs can't hit items when you don't watch them. So if you drop something or they drop something in the track, they won't hit it themselves. So if you drop something yourself, if you lap them, just expect to hit that thing yourself.
Whoa!
Yeah, I can't believe
No
you
idea
missed that.
what happened to that mine.
Ooh, first missed cuts and skip.
It's the toughest one. One of the toughest ones.
It is. It is. For the most part, on most of the tracks, there's a very consistent method to getting the cutscene skips. But on really laggy tracks, you have to wait longer in between button pushes for it to work properly. So there's like no real way to estimate how you need to input the button.
Like Foster Village and Whale Bay are 2 tracks that are really well known for being hard to pause buffer.
And we're seeing key location number 2 now, really kind of out of the way, but Trident is super masterful at grabbing that one. Very smooth.
Like it's nothing.
No big deal. It's part of the track almost.
Playing as T2.
Tick-tock the clock.
Not time trial.
No, not time trial.
It's TikTok. second out of 4 keys. And Everfrost Peak. This is a plane level without an out of bounds. So now we get to see plane in all its glory without a black background.
Plane is probably the most complicated vehicle since we have actual altitude to worry about, whereas with hovercraft and with car, we kind of just have to worry about, left and right. So there's a lot more going on here. And in a good run of Everfrost Peak, we actually won't even touch the A button outside of the first couple seconds of the race.
And that's because, as Sweener mentioned in the beginning with the barrels, that it works as a boost. So we can stay in boost speed the entire race. However, there it was a bit unlucky that this stole his balloon, but you can stay in boost speed the entire race and just keep boosting and barrel rolling. So you just boost all the way.
Yeah,
Someone
it's really
says pressing the A button instead of holding it is faster. Yeah, that's the case in general, but depends a little bit. It's a little more finicky than that, depending on the vehicle. It's at low speeds in car, it's actually faster to hold it for acceleration purposes, but when you get close to max speed, it's faster. Well, you accelerate faster and your top speed is raised. And in plane and hover, you need to be at max speed to start the tapping. Close to max speed.
Uh-oh. I think we lost Discord. That's not good. Alright, I'll try to get that back up. Alright, let's hope we get this cutscene skip. There we go. Alright. Alright, are we good?
I
Hello.
think we're good.
There we go. I don't know what happened there.
You're back at it.
I'm gonna trade you there. But we see you. Now we hear you. It's time for Bluey the Walrus.
I'm gonna try something
He's
really
his
stupid
favorite.
here.
Oh, are we gonna go for it?
Of course.
Okay. So Trident is trying to. He's gonna try a really dumb shortcut here. It saves like 1 second or a second and a half maybe, and it can lose you 40 plus seconds if you miss it. So let's see what happens here. And, oh, it's fine. It looks good. Oh, perfect.
Let's go.
Here we go. That's awesome. So as you can,
That was beautiful.
so you can jump over the wall there to land on the. So for that to save time, you actually need to land on that balloon on the other side of the hill. But yeah, that was really cool.
That was a really good race, man.
Yeah. Hmm.
It's pretty good.
Dang.
Yeah. Very rarely will you see people do that in runs. It is really not a trick that is worth it at all.
Yep. High risk, low reward. It's a classic. And as you can see, he restarted the console again, and now we're now you might wonder, like, but he has the silver coins and stuff, right? Like, this is 100%. Why are you not doing all that? Well, we're going to come back later, and we can't really explain why yet. You just have to see it.
It's more of an in the moment thing for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But for now, we're just gonna, break our thumbs.
Hovercraft.
Mm-hmm.
So this is probably, of the general population, the least favorite vehicle, which is understandable. It's got some really funky mechanics that don't always make a lot of sense. But in speedrunning, it's actually one of the more interesting ones. So we have to snake left and right to keep our speed up. For some reason, the developers thought making you speed up while turning was a good idea. I think, Giz, you've mentioned before, it's likely to prevent issues with slowing down to lag and stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just to make turns smoother in hover in general.
Right. So it feels a lot better, but we can abuse it to go super, super fast, which we'll see Trident do on every single hover car race in the game.
Yep. And there you go. It's over. And hopefully your thumb is not permanently damaged.
It's okay. It's all right.
That's good. Okay. We can continue the run. That's
Yeah.
good.
Alright, so Treasure
Now
2.
we're going to the best world. Ooh, and the best track, Giz.
The best track in the game. Now this is a weird track because a lot of beginners generally think this is a great track, and a lot of top runners think it sucks. And the main reason yeah, they think it sucks is because well,
that boost?
yeah, it's the balloon can't really be used in a consistent way that's fast. So every place you want to use that balloon is always going to be bad for a top runner.
Always. There is no consistent usage for it that is ultimately the fastest. So we try to use it in this middle part as we enter the tunnel, but whether or not we hit the zipper in the middle is it almost feels like luck sometimes. Even in his first lap there, he literally drove over it and it didn't register. So it can be a really frustrating track for sure.
At least I got it once, so you could at least see it.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And we'll
we
be
will
back.
see it. Yeah. And Part Lagoon.
This is a great hover track. This really shows off so much that's really cool about the vehicle, I think.
Yeah, but I'd still say it's the least hovery track. It's
extremely fast paced, but yeah, we won't see a lot of snaking here.
Just through the boot, like the zippers.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, really fast. You just boost through boost. Yeah, it's a really cool track. And it's a little hard to explain more than what you see. You just boost the snake through balloons.
Can't say. We'll see him bonk into the wall a lot in hover, and that's because hovercraft is super, super forgiving. As long as you aren't hitting a wall head first, if you hit it like sideways a little bit, you oftentimes just ricochet off of it, and you really don't lose that much speed, if any speed at all. So you can do a lot of crazy stuff with like bouncing off of walls to get a better angle on stuff, and we use that in tons of different places in the game.
And also, it's interesting, I see in chat they talk about the upgrades. The upgrades are very rarely used in this run, because as you might have noticed, he mainly just used the blue balloons. And all the levels, all the 3 levels or power-ups, give you the same speed, they just last for a longer time. But one boost, or like the level 1, the 2 of those last for longer than the level 2 boost. So it's almost always better to use it immediately, or like use it a single one. But there are a few places. So we're gonna see one very soon in the Bubbler, the boss.
Yep.
But it's still very rare, and it's very situational. And the only times we use it is in hover. get
We also just saw our third key pickup, which is, in my opinion, it's the worst one.
it's bad. You need to drive in the water with the car. The hitbox is terrible. Yeah, everything's pretty bad. Magnet most useless item. It's actually not true. The green balloon is probably the most useless one for a speedrun. The magnet can be used in some few places in a speedrun. It's never faster than using a blue balloon, but in a few places in Hover, if you miss the blue balloon, it can be used to be pulled down. Because you drop speed faster in the air than on the ground in Hover. So sometimes you can get pulled down into the ground while in the air. For example, in Boulder Canyon, that could be good if you miss a boost. But yeah, it's a backup.
This is another extremely fast hover track, so this one's a lot of fun to watch, but there's some more goofy terrain stuff here where we can hop up on the whale's back to get up on the ship. But again, it's a really inconsistent trick. It's sometimes you can get it pretty easily, but other times you just kind of run into the side of the ship and you lose a lot of time to that.
Yeah, and as we said with the cuts and skips, Whale Bay is crazy hard. The definition for DKR 100%, it's Adventure 1 100%. So collect everything in 100%. Oh well, collect everything in Adventure 1, I mean, sorry. So no time trials.
Yep, and there is a category for Adventure 2 as well, however that's not very commonly run just because the mirror mode is a much different version of the game.
So Bubbler. Here we will actually see him stack balloons. One of the very few times we see it. And the reason it's stacked in this track and not like otherwise is because in Hover, after boosting, you get a significant speed drop. So here it's better to just collect all the three and just get one long boost. Well, technically not all races. We will explain later, but we don't really do all races. It's all collectibles on the TT status chart and the Future Funland trophy.
Making good progress.
Nice race. And as you can see, he laughed Bubbler.
TT is fast.
Yep.
And our final Taj challenge race coming up. This one can actually be a little scary, but it is really cool to watch. It's a lot of barrel rolling planes, so I do like this one.
This is a very technical race, and if you wanna practice plane, this is a very good race to just go around. Oh, he reset because then he doesn't have to watch the cutscene where Bubbler, talks about him being a shrimp and stuff like that.
Which I am most certainly not.
Yeah, he overlapped the octopus.
This last lap's a little slow, but
You just finished you're in the middle of the second lap for us. A third lap, I mean.
alright.
And I think someone mentioned in chat earlier about us being a bit delayed, and it's true. Because we have to watch the stream. So that's why.
Well done, shrimp.
Yeah. Well done!
Giz is the best DKR impressionist.
Nah.
Well, hey guys, do we have a quick moment for a donation or two?
This is a really good
Yeah.
time for donations.
Perfect
Excellent. Well, we've got $10 from Rayless8, who says, this run is full of crazy tricks. Here's $10 as thanks for the impressive speed run so far and for a good cause. He then followed that up with an additional $5 donation with no comment, so thank you so much for the $15, Rayless. And then we have $50 from DollarBen61, who says, good luck on the run, Trident. And chat, can we give some love to Sweenerdog for getting all trophy races world record last night? Also, can Bumper race Wizpig? I think he can. So, that all being said, that $50 went towards Bumper for your showdown. And the other $15 went towards Drumstick. So if I refresh what's going on with your choices here, it looks like we still have Conquer in the lead, but now we have a tie for second place between Pipsy and Drumstick, with Bumper coming in as a tie with Timber at $50. So, again, it's a close race, and you've got some time to get those donations in to make that happen.
Thank you so much, Ben.
That was good. Ben, awesome guy.
Also a very talented DKR runner.
For sure. Canadian. A lot of Canadian runners. And the first donator there said there are a lot of crazy stuff going on, and well, there's more coming up very soon.
This is the part of the run
And-
where things kind of get a little crazy.
Yeah, this is when it gets crazy. So it hasn't been crazy yet, apparently. So, well, maybe we are in Jungle Falls, so I guess because of the delay. But maybe we should explain what's going to happen, Sweeter.
What an explanation it is.
Well, in Hot Tub Volcano, after this Jungle Falls, he's going to go out of bounds again, but he's not going to finish the race. He's going to do something else. And I guess you guys have to see what, and we'll try to explain it after it happens.
It's going to allow us to save a lot of time, as I'm
Yeah.
sure that's implied. But
Yes.
how we do it is really weird and also really cool.
Can't really say much more than that right now.
No, it's worth waiting for. It's super strange.
So, let's see what happens here.
Time to finish the trophy race, right?
Or is it?
What?
And what happened there?
Excuse me.
That's not supposed to happen. Okay, so all right, let's try to explain this.
Under the finish line, there's a loading zone that the developers left in, and we don't know why. But driving into that loading zone wrong warps us. It brings us somewhere else in the game, and hopefully we'll see a few other things that have to do with that wrong warp. But for the time being, where it took us this time was Dragon Forest, which we actually haven't been to. Since we left the trophy race, we never finished it. The game actually still thinks we're in the trophy race. So what does that mean? Well, it means that we can finish the trophy race elsewhere in the game, and there are a few really fast ways to do that. So instead of finishing Hot Tub Volcano and getting the trophy for Dino Domain, we're going to finish the trophy elsewhere and maybe get the trophy for somewhere else as well.
Also, I need to say, really, really, really good Darkwater Beach. That's
Yeah,
a very
that
hard
was
trick.
insane.
Yeah, Darkwater Beach is one of the hardest things, like separate things in the run. That was really good, even though he was kind of trolled by Diddy. Yeah, he backed it up really, really well. And also, he's good. So this is what's going to happen here. He's going to go back in, because he won the piece of the Teeth Amulet, right, for winning Darkwater. But he's going back, and why? And why is he driving over mines? Doesn't this make you lose?
Well,
Well, yeah. 4th place. That's not good, or is it? Well, it's enough to give you the win for the trophy.
Trophy cutscene.
Yeah.
Hello! Yay, we did it! Yay!
It looks
So-
like Dino Domain, but
It looks like Dino Domain, but it's actually going to be Sherbet Island. And we do actually still have to go back and get the Dino Domain trophy. So we'll do that later on. For the time being, however, we have finished the trophy race here, which we aren't even supposed to have unlocked yet. And we've come back to Sherbet Island to do some silver coin challenges.
because it's 100%, so we need to do these.
Gotta get them all. Yeah, we gotta do them all. Some of you might be wondering, well, we actually beat the minigame first. We got first place there, so why didn't that count for the trophy? Well, in the game's code, the TT amulet takes precedence over trophies. So basically, we can finish the minigame and then just kill ourselves in the minigame, and that counts as our last race, since taking care of that is much faster than completing a race.
Yeah, for sure. And also, it's faster for the route. So because that's possible, because that's possible, it's faster to do it that way. Because when you win the minigame, you spawn outside of the minigame. But if you win the trophy, you spawn outside of the exit sign. And so it's just faster over world movement to do it that way.
Pirate Lagoon is a great example of silver coin routing that I never know what is actually the fastest. It seems like no matter how you collect these coins, you kind of get similar times.
Yep. Let's see, why skip one? I'm not sure what you mean, Jerry, Chad. Just make sure to ask questions.
Or Weregoose.
Yeah. But yeah, that trick is going to be seen a few more times, so maybe you'll catch on.
I got some redemption there.
Yeah, you missed the cuts and skip in Pirate Lagoon
Yeah.
first time.
Good stuff.
Crescent Island coins, kind of straightforward. Just that you need to go through the right tunnel in the first lap and on top of the ship. But otherwise, it's exactly the same as the regular race, basically.
Speedrunning the silver coins is really difficult. It's really tempting to just go as fast as humanly possible, but oftentimes that'll get you in trouble and you'll end up missing coins, which is unfortunate. Sometimes you'll miss coins and it's not your fault whatsoever. The game just phased you through the coin or something. So as much as it's like, well, we're just doing this race again, we're just, we're doing slightly different things, we're still trying to do those things really fast, but doing so is actually risky, so it's kind of weird.
Pace is pretty good. I haven't really checked, but this is definitely like 146, 147 pace right now. But it's hard to say this far. Like there are so many things to do in the run still.
Yeah, we got good tricky RNG, but there's still some RNG left, and we'll see how that goes.
Cut and skip. Here we go.
Very
We have
good.
not played Icicle Pyramid, but you're gonna see it and you're gonna love it. It's not gonna take too long until we're there. And Whale Bay coins. Also kind of straightforward. Not much to say here.
We're definitely back to the regular speedrun part of the category, or part of 100%. And the reason I say it like that is because the wrong warp that we explained a little while back has some interesting complications that take the game from being, do these things as fast as you can to, oh my god, where do I go next? What's the fastest route? Because our route is going to change based on the wrong warp, and we'll see some of that coming up here.
2.5% panda. Alright, nice pause buffer. Alright. Here we go. Bobbler 2. So, this track, they took away one blue balloon.
And it's significantly less fun.
Yeah. Go. It's actually pretty interesting with that race because the most important part is to get the blue start boosts. That's the most important part because if you get yellow or you get no start boost and you get behind him, it's actually pretty hard to pass him quickly. So missing the blue start boost is like a 4 or 5 second time loss here, and it's one of the few races where it actually matters much. Of course, you don't really see top speedrunners miss it that often, but if it's a yellow, that's like a 4 or 5 second time loss immediately.
Yeah, it's super stressful. As soon as you see the yellow appear, you're like, uh-oh. This could get bad.
There you go. Great, and now we reset. And that is actually the last we will see of Sherbet Island. Sherbet Island is completely done.
Goodbye.
Bye. The TAS is really old for this game, and also emulator is very fast.
Too fast. It's not really comparable, unfortunately.
Yeah, so emulator is not allowed for speedrunning in this game because it's too fast.
Very good way to learn how to play the game, but
It's overpowered.
mm-hmm.
Dino Domain. Trophy race. Ancient lake.
So hey guys, do we have time for a brief announcement?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well, I just want to let everybody know that thanks to all of your donations, the bid war for the Pokemon run coming up in 12 hours reached $1,135. And that is now closed, with the winner being Retro Tato, and he's going to be running with Leap. So, again, thank you all so much for your generosity. Also, keep in mind that we are still running that bid war incentive for the end of this run, where you can get to see which character is going to go and get raced during that WizPig showdown. Conquer is still in the lead with $109.99, but if you want to topple that that choice, then you could put in a bid for Drumstick, Pipsy, Bumper, or the rest.
Please put money towards Crunch.
Crunch is my least favorite character, but WizPig 2 is a plane track, and I don't mind Crunch so much in the plane. So if you're trying to troll me, then putting your money on Crunch is maybe not your best investment.
Pipsy, maybe?
I mean, if you want to be really mean.
You should just, go TT. Vote for TT so that we don't lose a lot of time going to the menu.
Yeah, it's a speed run.
Exactly. Just donate a couple $100 on TT.
Yeah, we can shut it. We can shut this down right now.
Yeah.
WizPig 1 is Crunch, though.
Oof. Yeah.
No thanks.
Okay, so are you guys ready in chat for the next one at the next Hot Top Volcano? Prepare yourselves. Wow.
Yeah, this bridge has got my number today.
Yeah. It's kind of uncommon to see, but
Dang. You can see a lot of the crazy physics in this game, though. Stuff like that just kind of happens.
Dang.
Yikes.
I just want to see the wrong warp.
We're gonna forget that happened.
45, almost.
rough.
44.93. Okay. I just want to see this wrong warp. I know we're a bit delayed, but we'll see. We're trying to refresh as much as we can. Really fast wrong warp. Dragon car again. So, yeah, crazy, mind-blowing stuff, right? But it's it's also RNG entirely. There are 3 different locations you can end up on, and it's that one that's the most common one, about 80% chance.
Snowflake Mountain.
And you can end up in the middle of that overworld,
Icicle
and
Pyramid.
in a plane, which is crazy and will do crazy stuff throughout. And you can also end up in the overworld. But look at this. This yeah.
This is great strat. So again, there is a lot of AI manipulation we can do in these mini games, and this is a prime example of it. Basically, TT is a dirty camper.
Yep.
It's a legitimate strategy.
There you go. Perfect.
Beautiful. Very good.
By the way, guys, go
ahead.
We're just going to talk all over each other. Got time for a couple more?
Yep.
All right. So, speaking of those wrong warps from earlier, we got another $10 from Rayless8 that says, I was not expecting wrong warping. Here's another $10 for surprising me yet again. And that $10 went towards Drumstick. But that bid war has just heated up quite a lot because we got a $100 donation from Keep It Stanky saying, putting it all on Pipsy for the final showdown because she's the one that my sister always used to beat me with. She's good, right? And of course that went towards Pipsy, which is now in the lead with $195.
Dang.
We need to fix
Wow.
that.
Tipsy.
Chat, please.
I like the drumstick bid. That's a cool character.
Yeah.
And just like that, we got another $20 from our very own Jack of Hearts that said, had to donate for DKR, easily the best kart racer of all time. Massive respect to anyone who can sit down and learn this speed run. Go for it. And that $20 also went towards Pipsy.
Okay, see, you had me at the beginning, but, like...
Quite the roller coaster ride of donation for you there.
Put it all on drumstick, chat. Let's go.
Oh, Pipsy. Pipsy.
She's a nice lady, but man, she's just...
The quality of this
She's
run is
slow.
just gonna go super downhill, man.
Also, Frost Village coins. What do you think about it, Trident?
It's probably the hardest. Probably the hardest one. In my opinion, I mean, of course, some people can disagree, but I think it's probably the hardest race in the game.
Yeah, it's really hard to do consistently, especially the jump in the beginning, which you did pretty well.
Yeah, it
But
slowed
there
down a
are
little
so many
bit, but
things.
could have been much worse for sure.
Yeah. It's this one is really tough. So 1 to
Yeah.
16 is decent.
This can
Was the
easily
first race
be
good?
12 seconds of time loss, but
Yep.
with world-class DKI runner tridenttail on screen. No 10-second time losses here.
No. Exactly.
Thankfully.
He's going right for the only time in the run. Grab some coins. Banana speed max out of 10, yes. Correct.
Dang. Hello?
Honestly,
Can we,
Snow 2 coins.
I mean,
Snow 2 coins is the hardest in the game, for sure.
Snow 2 is really hard, yeah. Yeah, maybe actually the hardest coin race section. Might be. I just think Dragon is Yeah, dragon is tough. Everfrost Peak, here we go. And let's hope that the CPUs don't steal your balloons this time.
That'd be appreciated.
Some a-holding in the beginning here, but yeah, let's stop that from now on.
Alright, I was gonna go for that coin, but because I missed all of those balloons, I decided to go for the zipper instead so that I wouldn't have to drop a bunch of speed. And we'll just hope that we get this last coin on the last lap here.
Yeah, otherwise you need to do the beautiful backflip.
Come on.
Guessing we're going to see a misskip here. Yes. Unfortunately.
What are we at now? 4? I think I missed 4, right?
Yeah, should be 4, yeah. Frost Village, Heart Lagoon, Whale Bay, and this one. Right?
Alright,
That sounds
we need
right.
to keep track.
It can stay steady at 5 frames per second.
This game runs between like 20 and 2.
Yep.
It's great. It's weird though, man. This game has very deep speed strategies, and some of them are kind of out of our control, which makes luck play a huge factor. Like there's some tracks where we actually rely on lag to let us keep speed, and if you don't get that lag, you just kind of drop all your speed, and now you're a slow speedrunner, which no one wants to be.
Exactly. But I think one thing that's really, really cool about this game in general, this speed game, is it's like there's like no cap to how good you can get. It's like, yeah, it's crazy. Like I've been playing this game for
no
years,
ceiling.
and yeah, there's no ceiling. It's just we see world records in time trials literally every week. Literally every week, still.
Every day, sometimes. Man. Like,
Yeah, sometimes
times are
you
so
know.
improvable.
Yeah, and you know, it's crazy,
If you can beat me again, I'll give
and
And
it
it's
just
nice,
keeps getting
'cause
pushed
it's
and
not like
pushed.
it's not like the game is impossible to get into for speedrunning either. I mean, we run on the Japanese version for a variety of, actually really one reason, but there's a couple other reasons. But the Japanese version of the game is like $5 on eBay. It's really cheap. All you need is an N64, and you're on your way.
The aggressive turns are RMB, yeah.
So-
Versus 10.
So hey guys, I've got some good news and some bad news.
More Pepsi.
The good news is we've got a $5 donation from Princess Neko Cakes. And the donation comment is, I put so many hours into this game when it came out. I beat the game 100% as Pipsy. So I'm putting this $5 towards the runner playing as her. If I
Yo,
can do it,
props.
you can too. Let's do this. So that extends the lead. Now Pipsy is at $195 to Conker's $109.99 to Drumsticks 85, and then it just goes down from there. So if you've got a favorite character, if you want to unthrone Pipsy from the top of this chart, get those donations in.
And we're going to be doing another Dino Trophy, so if you got any more to say, now is a perfect time.
Yeah. This is the perfect time for donations and stuff.
Excellent. Well, I just want to let everybody know that, if you like what you're seeing here at ESA, maybe you want to get more involved with our community, come on over to the ESA Discord. We're at discord.gg/ESA Marathon. And we've got an incredibly friendly, welcoming community that is a ton of fun before, during, and after each and every one of our events. You can also get up-to-date information from our Twitter at twitter.com/ESA Marathon. And if you're from the future tuning in to one of the VODs, remember you can catch all of our runs available on both Twitch and our YouTube channel.
It's awesome. And yeah, we're back to Ancient Lake. Everyone's favorite track. It's actually a really good track, IMO. Well, not really good maybe, but it's yeah, it's kind of easy, but still kind of satisfying to get everything. Get those 34s or 35s and stuff.
It's not too bad. I think Jungle Falls probably takes the cake as best car track.
Oh yeah. Jungle Falls is a beauty. But I think we're going to see him. So, as we saw earlier, we did the wrong warp and went to Sherbet Island, and we got the trophy through losing in Darkwater Beach. We did a similar thing in Icicle Pyramid in the Snowflake Mountain for the wrong warp, but now we actually need the Dino Domain trophy. So he's just going to play through this, and then we're going to do the wrong warp again. So this is a pretty good time if you have any questions about the run so far. If there's something that you haven't really understood. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to not understand, but yeah.
Now, Giz, you've run 100% before at a previous ESA event, right? Back when it was safe
ESA
to all
2015.
be in the same room.
Huh?
Back when it was safe to be all in the same room.
Yeah. Exactly. I did run DKR 100% at ESA 15 on the yellow stream, and it was real fun. I did actually run any percent of the game at ESA 14. That's for how long I've been into this game. And yeah, it was really good. I've been to 3 ESA events. So yeah, it's fun to, even though it's the Trident plane, it's fun to be back. I did actually couch Beetle Adventure Racing at ESA 16 too.
I have done none of the above. But I'm happy to be here as well. Of course.
Yeah.
We finished this one, right?
Yep. Old man.
Because
Giz,
sometimes
that's
your
me.
boy forgets.
Yeah, just finish. Yeah.
Back to good old fondue land.
How much time is there theoretically possible in the current world record run? In 100%? Well, kind of depends, because we've pushed it really far. But I think currently the world record is a 1:45.24, and Obayo has it, French-Canadian runner. But I think a realistic time for a really good world record would be mid 1:44, I think. What do you think, Trident?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, because I think if you get like a minute faster than the current world record, that's gonna be really hard to beat.
Yep.
Like even mid 1:45 where it's at right now, and Trident has a 1:45.26 PB, and that's still like extremely hard to get. So yeah.
And the hunt for continuous improvement on the DKR 100% record is still ongoing between Trident and Obayo. Both of them are 3 seconds apart right now, which is insane. And they've both been grinding it on stream for a long time now, a couple months I think. So definitely give both those runners a follow if you want more hundo action.
Sure. Yeah, tried to streaming very often. But as you can see in the background, he's about to move. So I'm not sure how fast you can get, the stream up, but probably pretty fast.
Yeah, I literally just moved into a new place yesterday, so...
And the stream is from your older place, so
yeah,
you need to pack.
Yeah, we're back
so
at the
right
old
after
place
this
for
run,
today.
it's just pack it up.
Back into moving mode.
Yep.
But I'm super pumped to be able to play this today. I'm having a lot of fun. I don't know about you guys.
Oh hell yeah, this is great.
It's awesome.
Hundo is always a great category to commentate on. There's just so much to talk about.
Yeah, it's the perfect marathon run.
You know it.
Bio is amazing at this game. Yes.
this
Bio
game actually
started
has-
playing this game before I did. So if you think I'm an old man, I mean he's younger than I am, but but still.
This game has a lot of very active top runners, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of opportunity to learn the ins and outs of the game that way.
Yeah, for sure. And both the RTA and the time trial scene is very active. And I'd say currently the time trial scene is even more active than the RTA one.
Oh yeah.
We see submissions. We have a website for time trialing, which is called dkr64.com, if you want to check it out. And we have submissions on that every single day. So very, very popular right now.
What is it now? Like 125 individual times that you can submit?
Yeah, I think it's 124. We might add a 125th if we can prove that a shortcut I found last year is faster than regular, but we haven't really proved it yet, so that one is on the waiting list.
And we just did our last wrong warp, or actually not our last wrong warp, but our last important wrong warp of the run. And we got Dragon Car again, which is a little bit unfortunate. It is very, very common. Again, as Giz said earlier, it's about an 80% chance, so you see a lot of that.
And yeah, and he went to Haunted Woods because this is the shortest track in this world. So to get the trophy, he just finishes this race and he'll get it.
Alright, and now we get to the part that's really fun for me.
Yes, Antonio.
Dragon Forest.
All right, there you go. So the first thing you did in Dragon Forest was getting the trophy. Okay. Which is usually the last thing you get. Okay. Time for Windmill Plains. And this track has a very difficult out of bounds, and he's gonna attempt it soon.
Yeah, this is a super difficult trick. Very weird, hard to learn. It's not like any of the other clips in the game. But we're out, super easy. Trident is really good at this trick. Probably the best in the game, I would say.
Very well practiced. That's what Trident is known for. And yeah. One thing is also, he moves really controlled out of bounds here. He's done this a million times. But it's actually really difficult to maneuver sometimes here because, as you can see, parts of the level actually deloads while you're going around, and it loads and deloads and loads and deloads. And if you go too far down, you will respawn at the beginning of the lap, So, yeah, it's way harder than it looks. I'll just say that. It's a feared trick in the community. And he missed the cut and skip there. The 5th one he missed.
That's the 5th one, yeah.
So yeah, 6-second time loss to miss the cut and skip. So 5 missed means about 30 seconds lost. Just to cuts and skips. So definitely tough. Frame perfect trick. Greenwood Village. I mean, we don't have the coins up yet, but this is. I know that casual players generally think that the coin race here is, the devil. But for speedrunners, it's not really. I wouldn't really say it's even one of the harder coin races. It's just, it's kind of straightforward. But yeah, these short turns are really difficult for newer players or casual players.
Oh, come on.
Mind if I jump in with 2 more donations?
Go for it.
Yep.
All right, we've got a $10 anonymous donation that says Pipsy best character. And we've got a $30 donation from Kves that says, "Hey there, Trident, Giz, and Sweener. Thanks for portraying DKR in a beautiful manner through speedrunning and commentating. I have nothing but love for this game, and some of that love is thanks to you guys. Put this money on Pipsy, because she's worth it. Good luck and have fun with the rest of the run." So with those 2 donations, Pipsy has extended her lead out to $240.
Nice. Also, we got a question in chat if anyone has ever gotten 0 cuts and skips, and the answer is no. No one has ever finished a 100% run while getting every single cuts and skip. I know me and Trident and also Prak, I think, have gotten 39 out of 40 cuts and skips before, but
Oh,
no one has
please,
gotten
no!
Uh-oh. Classic.
Yeah,
Wow.
bummer. It's a pretty bad
So
mistake.
it's the dumbest key in the game. Hands down.
How did you think this was the dumbest?
I think this one's... I do. I think it's a little bit too out of the
But
way.
in Crescent Island, you said that was the dumbest, so you had
Let's
to
be
make up your
honest,
mind.
they're both
right now.
terrible.
You had to make up your
They
mind.
are both terrible.
I think Crescent Island is the worst one in the game, hands down. But Boulder Canyon overtakes it when you miss the key.
Yeah.
Then that one's the worst. There we go.
Yeah, it's really bad. The hitbox is also really so bad.
Yeah, the key hitbox is super weird.
It's so bad. Oh.
Also, shoutouts to Kves from Norway from that last donation. Great player.
Amazing
Absolute
find.
legend.
Yeah. I made an amazing find when I found him on Twitch streaming DKR. And a year and a couple of months later, he's one of the best players in the world at the game.
Second place in time trials overall, which is insane because he started playing a year ago now.
Yeah, a bit over a year ago. And we're in Haunted Woods now, and he's been grinding for the Haunted Woods world record today, so... Yeah, both the 3-lap and the 1-lap world records in Haunted Woods were broken a few days ago by 2 different players.
Oh,
Okay, Sweener, I think it's time for you to talk.
Well, alright, so we just finished all 4 of the regular balloon races in Dragon Forest, and now it's boss time. Me and Smokey go way back. So, Smokey the Dragon, up until not too long ago, this is the newest trick in 100% RTA. Smokey did not used to have an out of bounds, but I was lucky enough to recently find an out of bounds for us. And it's actually one of the weirdest ones in the game. We have no understanding of how this trick works, but you'll see why it looks kind of strange. All the other out of bounds clips we've done so far have been a traditional, clipping through the floor or clipping through a wall. This one, we're actually going to bounce.
Here we go. Yep.
There we go. And we're out.
Nice.
So this was found by sheer luck. I was just kind of goofing around and made a very bad attempt at barrel rolling and clipping like we do in Windmill Plains, and bounced off the floor, and it shot me out of bounds. So really weird trick. There hasn't been anywhere else in the game that we found that we've been able to do this, because it's kind of weird new tech. But finishing the boss race this way saves us, what?
About
15 to 20 seconds, and we race him twice in the run. So pretty big time save, which is really fun, really exciting.
Big thumbs up.
Yeah.
Let's do thumbs up in chat.
Find 8 from each level and win. Then come back and see me.
Nice. That trick is, as you said, really weird and very wonky. But yeah, so getting it first try is really good. Loses around 10 seconds to miss it. So it's not super punishing, but the most punishing thing about it is that you just have to retry it all the time. You can't continue the lap or anything without just getting a pure time loss. So it's really scary sometimes. And Smoky Castle, the last minigame. And as you saw in the beginning, you fell down, and it's because in all the minigames, in one way or another, you can actually move a little bit before the go goes off. And in car, you can back up. So what he did there was that he backed up and span around, so he fell off the platform. In Fire Mountain, in the plane, you can just, spin around in any angle. And you can do the same in Darkwater Beach, but with hover. But yeah, in car you can back up.
Smoky Castle's a weird minigame. There's not really any good way to lose it, so we can't use that for the trophy in any way. So we have to do it normally. We do it once, thank goodness. But gathering those bananas can actually be surprisingly difficult sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, the clock is the fastest character. Alright, so coin races in Dragon Forests.
Oh boy.
Slowest character. Well, actually, fun fact about the characters, Trident and I, like a few months ago, raced all characters 100%. So we did this run with every single character in a row. And yeah, so of course, time was a factor because it took like 21 hours to finish. But the worst characters were like Crunch, Pipsy, Tip Top. But they are usually like, yeah, I think a good run with like Crunch or those guys are around 2 hours. So I think the worst characters compared to the best characters about 15 minutes for a hundo run. Hint hint, I won the all characters run.
Gives his crowning glory. 21 hours in.
Greenwood Village.
We were 3 minutes apart.
That was
after
the scary one.
17 hours. Alright.
Windmill Plains was the scary coins race, and now it's all done. He did a great job, as always. Now we get into the one that, as you guys mentioned earlier, is often thought of as the hardest coin race in the game. For us, though, it's not too bad. I mean, a lot of these coins are in kind of awkward positions, but grabbing them in a quick manner is not too difficult. It just takes some tight turning, a lot of pressing B and R at the same time. Not too bad.
Oh, I forgot a coin. All right.
All the
Can't forget that
clips
one
you
on the
see
third.
in the run are actually possible with all the characters. So it's only pure speed we're talking. Or, you know, that we don't know the characters that well.
Yeah, you can do a speed run with any of the characters. It will always all the tricks in the game work, which is nice.
Yeah. All the main tricks, at least. I'm not sure about, like, Bluey out of bounds, but, you know, it should be possible with most characters, but maybe Pipsy can't make it over.
We don't count that one.
Well, yeah, it's not really a viable strat.
Boulder Canyon.
Alright, Boulder Canyon coins.
Boulder Canyon is an awesome track. Honestly, think the coins really add to it. Adventure 2 actually requires you to use both tunnels, which is a neat addition to the track.
Here you only go through the left one,
Yeah.
and the left tunnel is always faster. Yeah, always faster.
And no
and-
key grab this time, so that's good.
Yeah.
So disappointed in that key grab. So far, that's the worst thing that's happened this run.
Yeah, and
Probably,
even
yeah.
that's not too bad.
And you know what? Like, all things considered, if that's the worst thing that's going to happen in this run, fine. Totally fine.
Maybe
Yeah.
one of those bridge things in Jungle Falls can compare.
Yeah. I already forgot about that.
Yeah,
Totally
very
wiped
few
from memory.
mistakes. And Trident is actually very well known in the community for being, well, yeah, a mistakeless guy. Like, he does very few mistakes compared to most other runners.
Extremely consistent in 100%.
Oh, okay, that was really close.
Right.
Oh, Timber just took the L for me. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow,
bubble.
that was insane. Sometimes the AI really help you out. Other times, they shoot
I don't know,
you
chat,
back.
but I think you kind of have to donate to have Timber face against Wizpig too. Like, he metaphorically took a bullet for me, so I think you got to reward that.
I think chat is. I think they're kind of set on another character right now. Okay, so time for Smokey again. And this is the last time we'll see, hopefully, the last time we'll see Dragon Forest in this run. But there's 90% chance that we'll see this lobby again. But hopefully we won't.
Well, mind if I jump in?
Sure.
Yep.
All right. Well, I just want to remind everybody what we're here for, and that's to raise money for Alzheimer's Fonden, which is the Swedish national fundraising organization that focuses on Alzheimer's disease and other dementia-related diseases. Now, were you aware that the World Health Organization classifies dementia as one of the world's greatest health problems? Just over 47 million people are affected, and it's estimated the number of dementia diseases in the world will have tripled by the time we hit 2050. So thanks to the gifts and wills from organizations like us and from private individuals and companies, Alzheimer's Foundation was able to distribute almost 30 million Swedish kroner last year. So thank you to everyone for all of your generous donations. And speaking of which, we do have another $10 donation that came in from ENT. Says that, I hate watching Tridenttail suffer. So much money on Pipsy. But maybe Conquer can still win? Such uncertainty. So, to remove all doubt, I put these $10 towards Pipsy. Isn't it relaxing to have certainty?
I love Trident's reaction on that.
That is so good.
ENT, good guy. He actually made my input display.
Very cool.
Alright, WizPig won. Not the final race, guys. Not the final race.
Unfortunately, we do not get to see the "Yippee, let's party" scene, which is one of the best cutscenes in the game, I think.
True.
Everybody partying on the beach.
Yeah.
Just throw a rager.
And you just have that huge party sign.
The only decoration.
Yeah, I wonder how much they paid for it. They had no food or anything at the party, just the sign.
WizPig theme time, yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is such a good song.
Oh yes.
This is also probably one of the hardest car tracks in the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's some really strange terrain stuff here that I don't understand still. Like, I will, there we go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That is the kind of stuff, whenever you see it happen, it's not at all what you expect to happen. Because, in 9 out of 10 times it does what it's supposed to do, but this time, for some reason, your wheel got, stuck in the ground and it made you turn to the right sharper than usual. And, yeah, there's not really a good explanation for any of this stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah. And someone in chat asked about why you have to go through both tunnels in Adventure 2 in Boulder Canyon. And it's because the silver coin locations are different, and yeah, there's one coin in each tunnel. Yeah. Or there's at least one in the right.
Yes, he is playing his cool spot. No, he's playing as TT the Clock, who is an unlockable character after beating all the time trial times in the game. And he is by far the fastest.
Also, something that's interesting here is that you saw him reset earlier, right now, and exactly the same reason as before is to skip the cutscene. It's like a 4.5-5 minute cutscene he's skipping there. But for some reason, this race saves when the cutscene starts afterwards. And that's the only boss where this is the case. Every single other boss save on the next frame, on the second frame after you win. But for some reason, WizPig decided to have it differently. Okay.
We got a tough
Future
race
Fun.
coming up.
Yep.
Alright, Future Funland. So this is the secret final world that only unlocks after you beat WizPig, the first WizPig race, and you complete all 4 trivia races. And this is actually probably the most heart-pounding section of the run, because there's a lot of opportunity for time loss here, and it's all relying on cutscene skips. So,
Yep.
In past worlds, we've had to do the silver coin races separately after we beat the first boss race. However, in Future Funland, there is only one boss race. So, we save that boss race for once we've beaten all the balloon races and all the silver coins. But, if we get a cutscene skip, and instead of returning to lobby, restart the race, we can actually do the cutscenes, or we can actually do the silver coin race immediately. Normally, we'd have to leave the balloon race, do all the other tracks, and then come back to the silver coin race later. But if we can restart with the cutscene skip, we'll go right into the silver coin race and save a whole bunch of time.
Yeah. So instead of just saving 6 seconds for the Taj cutscene, we also save 2 loading zones and some overworld movement. So one cutscene skips here saves around 12 seconds instead of 6. So yeah, it's definitely, you know, a lot of pressure on a 1 frame trick.
It
and
is
you have to
very
do it
easy
multiple times.
to be on PB pace here and all of a sudden lose a full minute just to cutscene skips. So it's super, super tricky, and especially when you're under a lot of pressure, getting a couple frame perfect trips is not easy.
But yeah, still a decent. And you see, as you can see there, that he did the restart and the coin race. But yeah, that was pretty good Space Tally. This track is it's debatable that this is the hardest track in the game.
I would say, yeah. There's just an insane amount of technique and finesse to every single turn and corner on this track, and it takes a really long time to get anywhere near consistent on it.
And yeah, and it's not only that it's really hard to be consistent, it's very punishing. Every mistake you do is just huge time loss.
4 or 5 seconds each, yeah.
Yep. So this is really rough, really hard track. So it's really nice that he got the restart race, so you can just get rid of the track ASAP.
Yeah, one of the last things I want is having to come back to this later. You really want to be through with this as soon as possible.
Wow, the magnet.
Incredible.
The
magnet is the weirdest item in the game. It works like 10% of the time.
The reason he does that slam your face into the ground strat is because it's really, you really often clip through the balloon sphere if you don't. And it's a little faster to not go into the ground like that, but way less consistent. So it depends on what you want to go for, full speed or more consistency.
Oh my god, Darkmoon Caverns with music on.
Yeah, we haven't talked too much about the music, but sometimes when you see runs like in this game, especially all trophy races, but also in parts of 100%, we see music being turned off, and it's because the music adds lag to the game. So, if you see try and do this, like Future Funland part, he usually plays it without music, because turning it off takes like 6 seconds, 6-7 in the menu, and it saves a bit more than that over the course of the split or the segment. So yeah.
Classic.
Yeah. Darkmoon Caverns is known to be really bad. Nah, not bad. Maybe if you watch my stream, but but it has a lot of hazards by the finish line there when you don't do the trophy race, and is really laggy with music on, really laggy. And I think Obayo is the only player who knows how to play this without with music. I mean, it's a huge question mark for everyone else.
Yeah. Obayo's crazy at this.
Amazing
Awesome.
boss buffer, by the way.
Almost returned to lobby, but we saved it.
Yeah.
If I returned to lobby there, that would have definitely deserved some shame.
Yeah, we still would have saved the 6 seconds though, but yeah, wouldn't have saved the full 12 seconds that it could have saved, since you don't have to return and watch the loading zones and stuff, as I explained earlier. Yeah, there's a lot of hidden mechanics in this game. It's ridiculous. No one really understands everything. It's just too much to understand, and yeah, we just have to go by feeling. But there are, of course, a lot of pointers we can give and talk about, but generally you just have to experience it yourself and to play a lot and feel it out.
Experiment. You have to experiment a lot. Really fun one. In playing, we can hold up and down on the joystick to drive up and down. Well, you can actually do that in car as well, and hovercraft.
Yep.
So when we are airborne in the car after making a big jump, we can actually push down on the joystick slightly to get a little bit of extra air and keep us going that fast for longer.
Yep.
So that's like really good example of like a mechanic that we are using constantly. It's everywhere in the game, but it's not even visible. You really don't even see it on screen most of the time.
Yeah, so many hidden things, and we just need to show it off. It's crazy. Alright, so now time for Space Alpha. Oh, wait? No. So, you guys remember that we need the trophy, right?
Dino Domain.
So, let's go back to Dino Domain.
Trophy race. Ancient lake.
Who can tell us in chat what's about to happen?
Yeah. Exactly. Chat, tell us, why did he leave? Why is he going to the trophy again?
I hope you've been paying attention.
Well, mind if I
Didn't
jump
think
in
there was
with
going to be a
another
quiz.
donation?
Absolutely. Yep, go for it.
All right, this is a good one. We've got $170 from Rayless8 saying, let's make things interesting and put Drumstick back in the lead. And he does by $5 with that donation. We now have Drumstick sitting at $255. Pipsy's at $250. Conker's down at $109.99. We got a few at 50, 30, 20, and a couple with no donations. But yeah, we got Drumstick back in the lead. Looks like we've got maybe, another, how long, 10?
We got about
15
7
minutes?
more races. 7, 8 more races?
All right.
This is another like 5-6 minutes-ish.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is an insane donation.
Yep.
Let's get some hype up in the chat. Holy cow.
Yeah, we,
Yeah,
we
thank you
did
so
see
much.
a lot of wrong warp stuff, so the chat has been paying attention.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh. There's some lovely terrain shenanigans. This game is really good at that stuff.
The donation incentive is for which character he should use for Wispeak 2. Drumstick is the second best character in the game.
It's always interesting to talk about which characters are the best for speedrunning Diddy Kong Racing, because while Drumstick and TT, I believe, are the fastest overall, Drumstick has much worse handling than TT does. So performing well with him is super difficult, even though he has decent speed. Similarly, there are other characters in the game that are still pretty fast and have very similar handling, but TT's acceleration and max speed just overtake them by way too much.
Yeah, exactly. And also, like, Drumstick has very bad acceleration, so mistakes are punished way more than when you play with TT.
Just don't make mistakes, Forehead.
Exactly.
Easy!
Say that to a bio.
Wow, why'd you have to do the kid like that?
Alright. So we're gonna go for the wrong warp here. And it doesn't really matter too much which warp he gets. If he gets an overworld warp here, it saves like 4 seconds compared to Dragon Car. If he gets Dragon Plane, it loses about 2 seconds compared to Dragon Car. Yeah.
Come on, Overworld. Give me some good RNG.
You guys will see it way before we do. He's laughing, so it's
Oh.
probably Dragon Plane. Let's see here. What does he get? Yes, it is Dragon Plane.
No way.
The worst warp for the last one. So
Uh,
that warp that he just got is a 10% chance warp, and it has a potential of saving you about 20-25 seconds if you get it one of the first 3 warps. But getting it last loses you 2 seconds.
So, super great RNG.
Yeah.
Hey, we paid for it with Tricky, let's be honest.
Yeah. You know, we can't really complain about the RNG in this run since we got first and second try tricky.
Yeah, exactly. We need to talk about this track though, because the trick
Oh,
you
yeah.
see here is a Japanese-only trick, and one of the reasons we run this game on the Japanese version. One of the 2 reasons. But it's mainly because of this. This is the main reason we run on Japanese and for 100%. But the wrong warp locations are different on the different versions, and they are beneficial on the Japanese version as well. So, Japanese version is the best version if you want to play or speedrun this game.
And
But
it's super cheap.
Yeah, it's like $5-7 ish.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Also, when I ordered my Japanese DKR card, it came in a little package from Japan, and they gave me a little paper shuriken with it. It was really cool. So, even more reason to play this game.
Nice. He did get Dragon Plane for the last warp. Alright, so now he got the trophy. And because of the out of bounds, Spaceport Alpha was the shortest track. It's actually one of the longest tracks in the game otherwise, but now it was the shortest track in this world. That's why we waited for going with going to Dino Domain. I heard This might
Smoke
mean oh, he missed the shield, but it's gonna so yeah. So we pick up the shield there to be safe from the lasers, and that's basically it. But you saw there he missed the shield, but it's not a big deal because the lasers go in a cycle, so we can kind of, since he's a really experienced runner, he can just see where the it's open and you just go in. But of course it's a little scary because if you miss it, you lose like 15-20 seconds.
For Altaria trainer in chat, there is a region lock naturally, but you can just take the back off of the N64 cart, or there is a slight modification you can make to your N64 to make it not region locked. It's literally like a piece of plastic on the N64.
Yep. And that's if you go between.
Just be aware
American
though
and
that
Japanese.
opening your N64 will void your warranty.
Yeah, so proceed with caution, proceed at your own risk.
But it's easy to do.
Hey guys, got a moment?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we've got a $10 donation in from Hooray Yogurt. It simply says, no drumstick, only Pepsi. And has put Pepsi back in the lead. And then Grandma's Mustache Comb jumps in with an additional $25 and says, we've never watched this before, and I have no idea what a Pepsi is, but I want it. So Pepsi is now even further in the lead, now with $285.
Yeah, and I think we should very soon close that because he only has 2 more races to do until the final boss. So
yeah,
it's
we
like
can close it
30
after
minutes
this
left.
race.
For drumstick.
Yeah.
That will be way cooler.
Just so you guys know,
So after
this
this
is gonna
race,
be
we
really
can
bad for
close
his
it.
final time. Yeah, after this race.
Well, I've got one more that came in then. Good news, everyone. Here's more money towards Pepsi. So Princess Neko Cakes throws another $10 at it, bringing the total up to $295. That's $40 ahead of Drumstick. So you've got just mere moments to snipe that choice here.
Only like 30 seconds to go.
Come on. Someone just slap 100 on there.
We can't really talk, we're just waiting for that. We need to hear. Will people donate for a drumstick, or are we going to get Pipsy?
Okay, we can close it.
All right, I'll give us one last refresh here. And yeah, it looks like with $295, you're going to be racing as Pipsy. Thank you, everyone, for your donations. This bid war raised a total of $809.99. So thank you all for your generosity.
Yeah, that's awesome. Let's go, Chad. Way to go, guys. That's a crazy amount of money for which character we're going to use in the last race.
Well,
Yes, Jambalaya. Blue boosts are the best. You can't get speed boosts out of anything else. Okay. This is the last race before Whizpig. So, yeah, this is going to be bad for his final time, as we mentioned. But I don't think you guys are going to care too much. However, this run is actually very, very good. I just need to say that. Like, this is...
Yeah, top tier performance.
Hey guys, I'm sorry to bump in, but it looks like we actually had a little bit of a hiccup on the donation server, and 2 donations came in just before you closed it. We got $60 from Rayless8 that says one last shot for drumstick, and we also got another $50 from Andy Bunny, with the comment, "I got you, Sweener," and also put it towards drumstick. So drumstick wins with $365 in total. That raises the grand total for this donation incentive to $919.99.
Wow.
I am so happy.
Way to
Thank
go,
you so
guys. Team Pipsy's upset, but I'm happy.
All
All right, let's get a few barrel rolls in. Okay, we got this.
Alright guys, are you ready for the last Whizpig race?
Probably should have practiced, eh? A little bit.
I mean, you spend all of your time practicing with Pipsy, but, you know, that went down the drain.
Wow, crazy last minute donations. And over $900 raised for this race. Thanks, everybody.
I love you, Andy.
Make sure to do some extra loops.
No, I'm gonna loop back in bounds. Alright.
Go back and bounce right before the finish line and loop 3 times and then finish.
Ooh, this is weird. You know what? Sorry, give me a mulligan. Give me a mulligan. Give me a mulligan on that one.
I think this would be worse with Pipsy. I just
Wow.
want to say that.
Trident, the restart of shame.
I can't blame him at all.
The restart of shame. Getting sniped. Here we go. Don't forget some loops at the end.
Okay, I'm on it. Leave me alone.
Here
For the
we
Can't
go.
record,
see.
Playing this game as anybody other than TT is really hard, especially when you just played as TT for an hour and a half. So, big props to Trident for going through with this one.
Also, time is coming up when first place comes on the screen. Alright, here's some invisible loops.
Look at the minimap.
And time.
Oh, this is so good. Beautiful. Look at the minute.
What was the final time if I could get it?
1:48:32.
1:48:32.
It's so good.
Wow.
All right.
For the record, chat, that is on par with my PB. Trident is absolutely insane at Hundo.
Yep.
And this is with a few big mistakes, not great Warm Warp RNG, and even some character shenanigans at the end.
That run would be placed 5th on the leaderboard for 100%.
5th place. The Madman.
So make sure to follow Trident. He plays 100% very often, and he's extremely good at it. And he's battling for that world record with a bio.
It has been an intense battle to watch. The world record grind for Hundo has been super hype, really, really crazy, and the time only keeps going lower, so yeah. Make sure to follow him. Follow the DKR page if you want to see other categories and other runners trying this out. We do have 2 other main categories with any percent and all trophy races, both of which are totally different from this, so it's an entirely different game with those ones.
And if you're interested in time trialing stuff, you should go to dkr64.com. That's a very dedicated website we have for Diddy Kong Racing time trialing. So yeah, we have a lot of cool stuff, and join the DKR Discord if you want to learn more about Diddy Kong Racing. Yeah, amazing run.
Thank you. Thank you everyone for watching, and thank you ESA for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
Well, Trident, thank you so very much. That was an impressive run, to say the least. Before we close it out, we do have 2 last donations that are pertinent here. We have $10 again from Grandma's Mustache Comb, saying, "I'll never find out what a Pipsy is." Well, I think she was just riding a pink rhino, or was it a pink elephant in that cutscene? So yeah, keep your eyes open.
a Triceratops, yeah.
Triceratops. A 4-legged creature of some kind, right? And then we've got another $20 from Rayless8 that says, "Thank you for the awesome speedrun, guys." And I couldn't help but to agree. So thank you so much for that impressive run. We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we are going to have some Super Monkey Ball. Now, keep in mind that there is also a bid war going on for who the character choice, who Helix is going to play as. Right now, Baby is winning with $63.99. And if you want to influence that, you should get those bids in during this next brief intermission. So we're going to cut to a break, and when we come back, we'll have some Super Monkey Ball. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.